Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Next segment, a guy who, if you watch YSN, and I joked with you, but I'm kind of serious, he's on YSN more than I am, especially in the last few months. Rick Sypert, obviously. I had some breaking news earlier. Mr. Assistant Athletic Director? Hey, baby, all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, new role for me this year.
And listen, you're like Batman. You have so many like utility belt pieces to you. You're hard to figure out. But one thing that we were talking during the break, I'm not joking when I say you are one of the hardest working individuals, whether it's coach or entrepreneur, whatever, that I have ever seen. And as soon as I do that, obviously he flips it around, Mr. Humility, right back to his parents. What makes you, and we've talked about this before, but for those who are seeing this for the first time, hear about it for the first time, what gives you that drive to continue? I mean, it doesn't matter if they're your girls, if they're, anything Boardman, anything, anybody else, anybody you touch, you seem to help out if you can.
Well, my mom and dad were both really hard workers. So I got to see that growing up. My dad was a steel worker over at LTV in Warren there. Excuse me.
Sure.
And then my mom was she was the systems, like the IT processing person for Trumbull County. So both of them from like a young age, like neither of them believed in sick days. They went to work. They just worked. My dad grew up on a farm in Fowler. He was one of 14. And then my mom grew up in Majory. She was one of 12. So
you got some aunts and uncles.
I have a lot of aunts and uncles. I have a lot of cousins. We're really widespread. But like from a young age, like they were workers. My dad worked midnight shifts, day turn, afternoon swings. They both worked a lot of hours, and kids pick up everything. Like I'm a father. I have 3 under 6 right now, and
buddy,
they pick up everything, anything you do. So like my parents were both great role models. I learned from that, and I try to make sure that I'm a good role model for people. Especially in schools, kids are always watching. If you're out here doing things that you shouldn't be doing, like everybody can teach you something. And one thing I've learned is like over the years, there's good coaches that you want to like be like, and we have some great ones here, like Pat Birch, Carlo Corden, DJ Doda. John Phillips.
Influencers.
We can go, and they're great. They've been doing what they've been doing for a long time. Everybody has stories, and you can learn good things from them. And then on the flip side, we have some people roll in, they're not so great at coaching, and you can learn like maybe I should not do what that person doing because I hear that there's problems in the athletic office, they're in the paper for this. Like, don't do those things. And kids are sponges, and as you can see, I'm not into it, but there's a new TikTok challenge every day. Kids are eating batteries and licking Tide Pods and all that stuff. But don't do that. Be like someone that's doing good things, not doing that kind of stuff. So it was my upbringing. And then I've had great coaches my entire life. I was coached by the Brazils in Little League Baseball. I had Jeff Bake, and then as my football coach, Bernie Tarr was one of our basketball coaches at Hubbard. They're just good dudes that they got the things done. Jeff Bake won a state championship. Bernie Tarr won a state championship. We had guys that
that's Hall of Fame stuff.
Yeah, Jack Arvin. There's the All-Star football game. It's named after Coach Arvin. He was one of our line coaches when I was in high school.
It's incredible.
They're just good dudes that you take something from. And I went to college to be an engineer, and it just wasn't for me. And I'm like, who got me to this point? Because I can hear Steve Hunt, my DB coach, is saying that all the time. Like honor the people that got you there. And if I didn't have good teachers and good coaches, we probably aren't having this conversation now. So maybe one day somebody can say, DJ and Sype, you got me to where we're at because of those days,
I feel bad for that kid if they're talking about me. You mentioned you want to be an engineer. You went to school to be an engineer, but you're engineering something special here at Boardman, man. This team you've got this year
could be good. Yeah, I'm with the assistant AD position here. I'm not around as much as I'd like to, but I have a great coaching staff. Coach Scott Denham and Luca Dorcas has taken the Bulls
the lion's share. Yeah,
he's doing it all. So I'm just helping out, advising along the way, and just trying to keep something really good too. And it was a good time to turn it over as well because, I think it is a pretty solid team. Like I've been around Boardman for 15 years, and this could be one of the better cross country teams the girls have had. So, You got Gabby Vanetti coming back. She was a state qualifier last year. Um, we got a freshman coming in, Haley Barrow, another Barrow kid
Oh
coming
my
in.
gosh.
She's just as intense as the other, as
Oh boy.
Lauren and Sarah and Frank, and she's running right with Gabby and Olivia Brady, who had a great freshman year last year, and then Lauren Swantek's making big moves this summer. And then we have just a mix of great girls that are in that 4 to 9 range for us. Mariah Doyle, Abby Mihawk, Gianna Barandino, Mia Brown. It's just any day it could be any of these girls. So it's going to be really interesting to see. And I always tell kids when they come out too, you don't have to be all state. You could be all stake for all I care. Just come and try to make the person in front of you better and make the person behind you better. And if you're at the back of the line, just keep pushing that person in front of you because they're going to push the next girl and the next girl and the next girl. And they just kind of believe in that stuff and they get in that train and things have been really good. So I'm excited to see how this goes, So it should be a fun season out here.
You mentioned your dad works as the midnight shift. You're working the midnight shift
We
tonight.
are working the midnight shift tonight.
I see the girls running around. They've got glow sticks
Yeah.
and like all kinds of stuff. And right before everything kind of transpired, they had a team meeting, specific glow sticks for specific girls and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. For you as a coach, this has to be a breath of fresh air as opposed to, and I don't want to take it for granted because high school sports is pretty serious around here.
Right.
But to be the drill sergeant all the time, just to watch this and just kind of laugh and say, you know what, this is special. Nobody else that I know of, at least in the state of Ohio, is doing what Boardman's doing tonight.
Right. Yeah. Alyssa did a great thing out here. I mean, she's come up with a lot of great ideas over the years, and it's just great that she included us to help make these things come alive. Years ago, we started. It was her idea for Lady Spartan Strength.
Love it.
And all of our girls are members of the weight room now. That's what we do.
That's huge.
Now. It's huge. Yeah. And like they just have confidence to go in there. And my girls know we run and we lift. That's how we get better. So, I mean, she's had great ideas here, and there's more to come as well. So, it's just great that we have people that have new ideas with the same kind of ideals. I mean, we're out here at past midnight. We're all in for kids. We all got families of our own, but we're out here doing what we can for the kids of Boardman because they deserve it. Every kid here, they're fantastic kids. I mean, they get it done in the classroom. They get it done on the fields, on the courts. I mean, it's a really special place to be a part of.
Now, we're used to you evaluating runners and track and cross country athletes. I need you to evaluate something different tonight.
Yes, sir.
I need you to tell me. Now, you've been over there a couple times. Who is the A-game flapjack pancake maker? Is it Donnie Riccatelli or is it Mr. Birch?
Well, it depends on how you like your pancakes. Coach Birch is making them a little wider and thinner, and then Coach Riccatelli is making them a little smaller and thicker. So you like a fluffy pancake, or you just want something that you can sop up all the butter, the syrup, and all that, and put it down.
Hey, this isn't RNC or DNC. You got to make a decision. You got to vote for one. Who's making the better pancake right now? If it's Coach Sypert.
I don't want any hate mail because I'm the worst pancake eater ever.
You don't like pancakes?
I like butter. That's it. Butter on my pancakes, and that's it. So I want that thick pancake with a big piece of butter on it. That's it.
Oh, so what's the breakfast meal of choice?
Eggs. I love my eggs, man. Eggs. I like my eggs on a bagel.
Scrambled?
No, I like
sunny side.
It depends on the mood, man. Like bagel with an avocado spread. Sometimes I like to eat sunny side up. Sometimes I like to scramble on it. Sometimes I do hard boil, but that's my move, man.
We are fighting like hell to get the Spartan show this year again. Fingers crossed for that. So I have to ask this question now because in case I don't get the chance to ask it later, with all these movies coming out with time travel and things of that nature, if you could time travel forward to the future, backward to the past, where would you go and what would you do?
Oh man, total sentimental answer. So my dad passed away 8 years ago this December. I honestly think I would love to go back in time and spend more time with him.
Awesome.
I think about that stuff all the time. He passed away right before my kids were born. So like that's something I dwell on, that's kind of stuff
I hear you.
often. That's one of my internal struggles. But I mean, like, it I always talk with my athletes when, I mean, every day is not going to be perfect when they come to school. I'm like, listen, mom and dad are doing these things because they care about you. So, don't take those moments for granted. So I always try to preach that to my kids. But if I could go back and forward, backward, I'd go back and I'd take them to another ball game or something like that, just one more time, play catch. Because I mean, life is fleeting, man.
Oh,
You know,
yes, sir.
I know my daughter started soccer this past week. I've been used to seeing her in the pool all summer, and I looked at my wife and I'm like, when did her legs get this long? She's like, she's growing up that fast. I'm
How old
like,
is she?
she's 6. They'll be 7
Oh,
in November. So, but I mean, it's like like I said, I'm used to seeing them just swimming in the pool, and they did a great job. Like, I'll tell you what, Carlo Corden, man, you gotta get an interview with him, dude.
absolutely.
He he is one of the best all around coaches I think I've ever been around. I loved every second of that summer swim this year, and again, he's in the main event because he's one of our Boardman. He's
Absolutely.
one of our Boardman
He's
coaches.
awesome.
So it's fantastic stuff. But yeah, you know, back in time to say what's up to my dad one more time. I think
Love it,
that's it.
Coach. You were the best, dude. You were
I
the
appreciate it.
absolute best.
I
The answers
try.
are the best. I hope that we get the Sparty show just so we can get
Yeah,
you back out
absolutely.
there. Great on the mic.
Let's promote these guys.
Let's go. Sype, thank you very much. I
Appreciate
you,
DJ.
buddy.
Anytime, man.
We'll be back with one more stop right here at Midnight Madness in Boardman right after